Hi, and welcome to Stop Struggling and Start Soaring in 2016. Today, I want to talk to you about the small changes that you can begin to make right now to build the life and business of your dreams. My name's Claire McPherson, and I'm a life and business coach. I work with busy women solopreneurs who are ready to take their coaching or consulting business to the next level. Women who want to work smarter, not harder, so they can have the freedom to live their life by design. Women who want to show their children that anything is possible by doing it first themselves. I know firsthand the struggle it can be to start and build a heart-centered business, doing what you love and earning money in the process. I understand how difficult it can be to juggle the quality time needed to actually grow your business while still being a great mum, not to mention juggling all the other roles. So maybe for you, you're working a 9 to 5 job and you're trying to build your business in the evenings and weekends. Or maybe you're juggling raising happy, healthy children with building your business. Whatever your particular circumstances are, when you're trying to do so much, it's easy to start feeling overwhelmed, unsure of the best steps to take, and self doubt can easily creep in, whispering in your ear how it probably won't work for you anyway. When all of this starts to happen, it can become far too easy to stop taking action that gets the results that we need to move our business forward. The truth is, lots of women struggle with self doubt and beliefs that can hold them back. But the great news is, you can change these quickly and easily. I want to talk to you about the mindset steps that you can start taking right now so that you can make 2016 your best year ever. And I mean that. These are things that you can start thinking about and actually doing today to start moving forward right now. So make the commitments. So, decide that this next year is going to be an amazing year for you, your family, and your business, and start taking the action that's needed. So, are you ready to take your business from being time demanding and not all that profitable and instead put it on the road to success? Are you ready to stop your mind monkeys from holding you back so that you can finally actually get on with creating an awesome business? Are you ready to end your money struggles so that life can feel like a little bit easier? And do you want the best of both worlds, a thriving business and a happy family? Because it is possible to have both. I know there's lots of hype at the moment about building a 6 or 7 figure business, but I really don't believe that that's what lots of women really want. And even if you do, you've got to actually start somewhere, right? I know for many of you, success in your business right now might be just earning enough money to pay the bills and book a great family holiday. Maybe it's having more time to spend with your children while still earning the profits that you need to be making. When I talk about success, I'm talking about success in terms of what it means to you personally. So the first thing is here, you need to really know and be clear on what success means for you. What does it look like? When you're successful, what will you be doing? Who will you be with? How will you be spending your time? Um, what is it specifically that is filling up your cup and making you feel fantastic? That's absolutely the first step that you need to be taking and getting super clear on that, because if you don't know what success is for you, it's like getting in the car and turning on the sat nav and not putting in an address. You'll spend lots of time and lots of energy going absolutely nowhere. So get super clear. What does success look like for you? So I'm going to start by telling you just a little bit about myself and my own personal journey to building my coaching business. This past year has been an enormous year for me, filled with its ups and downs, massive learnings, and the real need for me to grow as a person, to finally begin creating the successful coaching business that I've craved for so long. And I'm still just at the beginning of that journey. So when I say I feel your pain, I know the struggles, I've had to work through all of this myself, I'm really not kidding. I've been lucky enough that I've had an amazing family and friends that have supported me every step of the journey, and I've invested in the business support that I really needed to take my coaching to the next level. When I think back to last New Year's Eve, I remember saying to my husband, "This is the year it all changes for us." When I look back, I had no idea what was really in store for us. The first point of change happened when my husband decided to leave his well-paid job because he was unhappy there. This is a job that we'd moved back from New Zealand for just a year before. So it was quite an unexpected change of direction. I was just earning a little bit of money from the coaching practice I'd just set up in England and had just a handful of clients. Most of my time was spent looking after our 3 children, who are 9, 8 and 2, or running around going from networking meetings to chasing new potential clients. Suddenly, though, I need to earn much more money in my business so that I could support our family while my husband explored new career options. Um, at the same time, it was still really important that I was being a great mum. The problem I found I was having is that I'd spend hours going to different networking meetings, following them up, just to hear that people didn't have the money to invest in a coach right now. Time was a big issue for me. I didn't want to put my daughter in full-time nursery, she seemed far too young, and I was determined that I would take my boys to school and collect them every day myself. You know, I chose to have children, I chose to start a family. They are my top priority, and I love spending quality time with them. So this is where my personal journey began that really changed the face of my coaching business this year and gave me time back so that I could have great quality time with my kids. I realised that I needed to invest in my skills in a big way, and I did so over a 9 month period that really upskilled me, gave me the knowledge that I needed, and sorted my mindset out so that I could do all of this. What I realised that was being a great coach just isn't enough, and whatever it is that you're good at, it's by itself, it's not enough. You also need all the business know-how, the marketing knowledge, the advertising systems, and the mindset that's going to absolutely take you where you need to go. I realised that I needed to follow my dreams and really begin saying yes in a much bigger way. I became really determined to make this work, both for me and for my family, and overcome the things that have been holding me back in the past. This is just a start for me. I'm all set and planned to make 2016 an amazing year for both me and my family. And I want to make sure that 2016 is an amazing year for you too. I want you to overcome the blocks that are holding you back, get rid of the self-doubt, the lack of confidence, the fear that's stopping you from creating something amazing. I want you to create your focused plan of action, hold yourself accountable, learn to work smarter rather than harder, get the systems in place to really make the business of your dreams so that you can totally do this. So on that note, let's get started. There's a couple of areas that I think we really need to be aware of when we're on our journey. So they're what I'm going to talk to you about right now. I'd like you to grab a pen and pencil if you haven't done it, pen and paper if you haven't done it just yet, and take note while I'm talking to you. And as I said before, the very first thing you need to do, if you're not clear on it yet, is brainstorm what does success look like for you, because you need to know what it is if you're going to get there. So, making the decision to live a bigger life. What I mean by this is having the confidence and the vision to say yes to building and living a life that comes from love and totally sparkles in its glory. It's that decision to no longer just follow the crowd or to do something because you grew up thinking that that's what it should be. We're so lucky now to have so much more awareness and choice, and we can choose whether to embrace this or whether we want to see it as a hardship. There's no such thing as the right time. We need to take the opportunities that come to us with open hands and take that leap of faith. Why shouldn't we go after our dreams, be determined to build a life that we love, and really make this one life count? So take a look at your life right now. If you were to give it a score out of 10, 10 being it's amazing, what score would it be? Write this down on your bit of paper. Also, if you were to look at your business right now and give that a score out of 10, what would you give that? Just take a moment, so a score out of 10 for your life and a score out of 10 for your business. What I've often found in my coaching is that women often have one score much higher than the other. Either their life is great, but their business isn't doing so well, or the other way around. We naturally like to focus on things that we're good at and do more and more of this. But what we really need to be doing is pushing outside of our comfort zone, learning new things, going into new situations, and playing the bigger game. I hear women again and again saying things like, I will do it when, I'll do it next month, or I'll do it when I've got more money, or I'll do it when I've done more training. But the truth is, there is never a right time. You have to take that leap of faith, embrace it in both hands if you really truly want to move forwards. Personally, I know that I was not 100% ready to take my business to the next level. I had my children to look after and I had so little time. I didn't even have a website up. But I'm so glad that I did. I took that deep breath and I took the leap. At times I did, and I certainly still do, feel stressed and overwhelmed sometimes, but I go to my support systems who get me back on track, and I remind myself of what the bigger picture is. So ask yourself for a moment, is this you? Do you put off things and want to wait until you're ready, or are you good at taking that leap? If you put things off, what's the one thing that you could start doing right now to start taking action that little bit quicker that's going to get you where you want to go much more quickly? When we start talking about living a bigger life and pushing through our comfort zone, the thing that always comes up and rears its ugly head is fear. So, from all my experience in my coaching and on my own personal journey, I now understand that the biggest thing holding us back from truly reaching our true potential and following our dreams is our fear. We might not be fully aware of it, and it's often disguised. It can be disguised as excuses, lack of commitment, roadblock after roadblock, but ultimately, the source of the problem is our fear. On my journey, I've learned that although we can never be 100% certain that something's going to work out, sometimes we just have to take that leap of faith and do it anyway. Waiting for certainty, waiting for it to feel easier, is a surefire way to never achieve what you're truly looking for. I recently heard Oprah in her video talking about fear with a guest, and she called it following your butterflies. I really love the way that this can reframe the way that we think of our fear and create a beautiful imagery. So, for a moment, when you feel that fear in your tummy, instead imagine it being beautiful little colourful butterflies, and those butterflies can grow and become brighter, and instead we can begin following them. And I imagine those butterflies as these big, beautiful, colourful butterflies that fly in front of me, leading me to my success and taking me on this beautiful, exciting journey. And I trust those butterflies, and it totally reframes how I feel about my fear. So imagine for a moment that fear that you feel in your stomach, and imagine it turning into those beautiful butterflies that can lead you forward, and notice how this can absolutely change how it feels. We all have the power to feed our fear and to let us do it, and to let it stopping us from doing what we love to do. Or we can choose to turn it around, use it to propel us forward and really achieve a life that we love. The truth is, when we're out of our comfort zone, taking action and feeling those butterflies in our tummies, that's when we're taking that really focused action that we need to be taking. Be honest with yourself for a second. How much time do you spend outside your comfort zone, both in your business and in your life? How often do you follow those butterflies? How we think of our fear and how aware of it we are is truly what makes or breaks us. Saying yes to following your dreams, to following your fear or your butterflies, and taking that first step is what's really going to push you forwards. I know that it wasn't until I began to do this in my own life that things really started to change for me. Sometimes it did feel scary, but it was just a case of taking one step at a time, one step after the next. And that's what's really started to propel my own business forward. The words that we use are really important. They have power. So choose what you tell yourself on a consistent basis very carefully. If you choose to focus on your fear and see it as this big block in front of you, then it really will be. Maybe it's fear of failure or fear of success, fear of commitment, fear of having to make yourself visible. Whatever it is for you, you can easily get stuck in that negative loop, not taking the action that you need to be doing and not moving forwards. I believe that resetting how we think about our fear, renaming it, or changing the picture of how we think about it can very quickly change the action that we can be taking. So stop thinking of it as this big scary thing, and instead imagine those big, bright, beautiful butterflies that are flying in front of you, leading you to new experiences, to following your dreams, propelling you forward quite literally, and notice the shift that really happens as you imagine that. A little mantra that I really love is, I follow my butterflies to discover joy, abundance, and my ultimate success. I'll say that again because I really like it. I follow my butterflies to discover joy, abundance, and my ultimate success. Try saying this to yourself when you're feeling that fear and notice how quickly it can change. Another great exercise that I like to help control that fear is from the book The Tools, which is a great book. And it talks about imagining your fear as a cloud in front of you that's separating you from what it is that you truly desire. And practice in your imagination, pushing through that cloud and getting to that thing that you desire, and push through it again and again and again. And notice how every time you do it, it becomes easier and easier, and the block can literally disappear. So, where in your life are you letting your fear hold you back, and how are you going to change this? What's the first small thing that it can be? It might be as simple as having that imagery, turning that fear into those beautiful butterflies and it leading you forward. Maybe it's imagining that cloud and stepping through your fear to something that you really desire. But notice how your fear shows up. Is it in the form of excuses? Is it in the form of inaction? And actually do something about it. Don't let 2016 go past in a flash without getting this truly sorted. One of the things that I find really helps me if I'm feeling overwhelmed or really stuck is I tap back into my big why for doing this. So, my big why for creating this business that I love is not just for myself, it's for my husband and my children. I want my children to grow up knowing that they can create whatever lights them up from within. They can achieve whatever they want to, they can go after their dreams, and they can live a truly amazing life. When I think about it, it can literally make me cry, and it's the key to my inner drive. I want to show my children that anything is possible by doing it first myself. I want to be the mom that opens up amazing possibilities for them so that they can live a life that they love and that is truly amazing. Um, I'm sure if you're on this journey, it's probably not just for you or yourself either. It's probably for other people. Sometimes we'll go that extra step and do that little bit more for someone else that we wouldn't do for ourselves, which is crazy, but it's true. So if you're one of those people, if you find it easier to do something for other people, then think about how will moving your business forward and making your business more of a success help those around you. Maybe it's your clients that you're helping, maybe it's your family, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's something on a much bigger level, because if you're earning much more money, you can give back in a much bigger way. Whatever it is, get clear on your big why and use that when you need it. The next thing that I want to talk to you just for a moment about is the perfection trap. As women, we can be real victims of perfection. We want to wait until we do think something really, really well. We want to feel like we're brilliant at something before we do it. Men quite often don't have this problem. They're much better at just jumping in and getting on with it. But what happens is that waiting for this perfection, waiting for something to be just right, holds us back and stops us from doing what we need to be doing. Elizabeth Gilbert, in her book Big Magic, talks about done being better than perfect. And I think this is so, so true. An example of this is my own website. I decided that I didn't have the time or the resources right now to make this perfect website. And I don't know if you ever can get a perfect website, to be honest. So for me, I needed to tell myself this: done is better than perfect. Get something out there so people can look at me and see what I'm doing. And that is good for now. So where in your life are you letting perfection hold you back? Maybe it's doing a webinar, maybe it's doing an audio, maybe it's putting an advert out there, maybe it's doing a talk, maybe it's writing a book, I don't know. But stop waiting for it to be perfect and just do it. Done is better than perfect. The truth is, to be perfect just isn't human. It's not real, and it's definitely not sustainable. Stop looking for the unrealistic level of achievement and instead jump in and say yes to making it happen right now. It's not about being perfect. If you're just half a step of those around you, then that's enough to get started. So, what areas in your business do you feel comfortable in, and what areas in your business are you that step ahead other people? Focus on that, grow that, and you'll learn more as you go. So, a new mantra in this area for you, one that I love, is done is better than perfect. I so often see women who've been squashing their dreams for years. They say things like, it might be possible for you to do that, or I can't, or one day I will, but now isn't that day. We only have this one go at life. It's not a dress rehearsal. We have no idea how long we're going to be here to enjoy it. Living with passion, living with love, living with purpose is really what it's all about. Don't you agree? It's time to stop waiting. Take the action that you need to take. Connect with your passion and make your dreams a reality because they truly can be. There are always going to be people on your journey who warn you of what a terrible idea it all is. They'll say that it's not realistic, that you need to get a real job. And sometimes these can be the people that love us. When it comes from the people who love us, it's not because they're trying to hold us back, it's because they're scared for us, and they want to keep us safe. But living a safe life is not following your dreams. You need to decide, you need to make that decision. Do you want to live a safe life, or do you want to get out there and be brave and follow your dreams and live an amazing life? And for me, I know there's no question about it. I want to live an amazing life, and I want to show my children and my family that we can all do that together. Um, our confidence can be key here. As I said earlier, we're good at doing things that we already feel comfortable at doing, and we're less good and at putting ourselves outside of our comfort zone. Maybe make a list of the things that you're really good at, because sometimes as women we forget actually how much we've already achieved, how much we've already done, the things that we're already great at, especially if we're feeling overwhelmed or especially if we're feeling stressed. Having a list can be really, really helpful, and going back to it when you're feeling that way can really give you the boost that you need. In my diary, I have two extra little sections. I have one section which is magic moments, and in that, all year, I write down all those magic moments, those moments of real connection, or when one of my kids does something that's really funny, just warms my heart. I actually note all of those down, so I've got them to look back on. I also have a list of achievements, all the things that I've achieved this year. Just imagine a year from now being able to look back on a list of literally hundreds of things that have warmed your heart, hundreds of things that you feel you've really achieved that year. It's amazing when you've got it in writing to see just how much you can do in a year. It's one of the things that I love looking back on at Christmas time, and I totally say give it a go because you'll love it, especially the magic moments bit. It's amazing to look back on all the special times you've had over the past year. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk to you about today, because I know we've been going for a little time now, is the importance of investing in yourself and your business if you're serious about moving it forward. One of the big things when I look back that stopped me from playing bigger earlier is that I was scared to invest any more money into my business. I'd paid lots of money to do a number of different coach training and business training and NLP training, and I thought that should be enough. However, I hadn't invested in a regular coach myself, and that was a key area. I still had belief issues that I needed to overcome, and I also didn't know all the kind of strategies and business systems that I needed to put in place for my own coaching practice. Um, when things really turned around for me is when I made that much bigger investment in my own business. At a Tony Robbins event, Tony himself said, if you haven't invested in your business to a level that's outside your comfort zone, then your business hasn't really began. It's still at the birth stage. We need to push ourselves on this so that we reach that pain point. Our business success then becomes a must. It's something we have to do, it's something we have to create. We're not just playing at it anymore. And for me, the key to unlocking that was getting my own coach who could push me, who could keep me accountable, who could keep me on track, and who could work out those mindset issues that I was having myself. Um, as women, we can get caught up in being the person who has to do it all. But the truth is, there's no shame in asking for help. We need help and we need support to move our business forward and make it the success we want it to be. Hiring someone to help you, putting all the pieces together, is essential for your journey. The smart entrepreneur will invest in the right training and the right support systems and get those in place so they really can achieve their dreams and they can focus on the bits of their business that they enjoy doing. Ask yourself right now, Do you have the clarity that you need for your business? Do you have the confidence that you need to build your business? Do you have the self-belief that you really need to move your business forward? Do you have that plan? And have you got someone holding you accountable? Because they are all key aspects that need to be happening in your business if you're going to move it forwards. I myself had to invest in a coach so that I could authentically sell my coaching skills. If you're a coach, you can't expect clients to pay for coaching from you if you're not willing to pay it for yourself. Your clients are often a direct reflection of you. If you're stuck in a place with money, then the chances are you're going to attract people who are stuck there too. You need to shift some of those blocks so that you can attract people to your business who you really want to work with, whatever business that might be. If, like me, you don't have 50 or 60 hours a week to work, it's about learning to work smarter, not harder. It's about working in a way that works for you, that taking action, taking focused action, and having a plan and having the support to keep you on that plan. This year, I've constantly said yes to my dreams. I'm giving it 100%, and I want you to do the same. Keep dreaming big, keep believing that anything is truly possible. If you have a bad day, make the decision to pull yourself out of it. Take control of your thoughts and get back on track. Our thoughts become things. Focus on the positive. I consciously note down every night all the things that I'm grateful for so I can remind myself of all the amazing things I already have in my life. We can't always control the things that happens to us, but what we can control is how we choose to think about them, how we choose to act, and what action we take. Ask yourself right now, where are you with all of this, with everything that I've just been talking about? Are you good at pulling yourself back up, or do you have those days where things just feel too tough and a bit of help and a bit of support would get you back on track so much quicker? Do you have self-doubt, and are you questioning yourself? Do you have a lack of confidence in your own skills, and do you need to work on that first so that you can make your business what you truly want it to be? By listening to me all the way through this audio, you've already shown that you're leaps and bounds ahead of most people. The fact that you've taken this time out to actually listen really shows your dedication and how serious you are about moving your business forward. So I want to say a big thank you for listening. I hope that you found something useful from what we've talked about today, and I hope that you kind of got to know me a little bit better. Have a think about those butterflies and how you can follow them so that they can actually lead you to your success. Really start saying yes to your business and to your life. Kind of jump in and grab hold of it with both hands. If you want to have a chat, or if you want to have a strategy session with me, you can book in. I do 30-minute free sessions, but I only have a very limited time available because I do all of these sessions myself and I give them 100%. So if you'd like to chat more about how I could help you, the programs that I offer, then please do book in for a free session. You can go to my website, which is clairemacpherson.com, or you might well have found me on Facebook at Claire Macpherson Coach. I would love to connect with you. I would love to sit down and help you create that plan of focused action, and I'd love to really help you get your mindset in the right place so that you can make all of this possible. I hope to connect with this year. I wish you an amazing year in 2016, and I hope to talk to you soon. Okay, bye for now.